Welcome back to We're Having Fun. I'm Mark. Hi.
Hi, I'm Krista.
It's another week. Hello. What's up? Anything? What's going on?
I don't know.
We watched Secret Invasion finally.
We did.
We're not going to go through it.
No.
But we are going to give our thoughts.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts?
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts. Honestly, it wasn't as bad as I expected. Mm-hmm. It wasn't good.
No.
It's very shallow. Like, I don't have any reason to care, really. Like, they built nothing up toward this, besides, like, the Skrulls being introduced in whatever movie that was. I can't remember what movie they were introduced
No
in.
idea. No idea what it could have been.
And, but, like, they tell us who they're gonna be from, like, the beginning. They even, like, show us taking on their identities, and they don't change, really. So you're like, oh, well, that's a Skrull. I know that's a Skrull. So there's no real surprises, feels like.
I mean, there were some times when there was a Skrull as somebody that we didn't know they were Skrulls.
I mean, like, at the beginning, Martin Freeman, what is his? Ross. He's a Skrull.
We're gonna spoil.
Yeah, we're gonna spoil.
Okay.
Don't watch it. I don't recommend it. He is. Rhodey's a Skrull, but they kind of just give it flat out.
Yeah.
And he's acting like a jerk the whole time, basically.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay.
And also there's the whole thing of how long have these people been Skrulls?
Yeah.
And it doesn't tell.
Yeah. Which is my problem with Secret Invasion, to where, like, the comics, where, like, it just kind of, I don't know. I just feel like I don't like what it does to, like, the past canon, you know, to, like, oh, that could have been a Skrull the whole time. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't like that. But at least the comics had surprises where, like, they're heroes you didn't expect, and they're like, oh, crap. He was a Skrull. But, yeah. I will say, though, I really liked Olivia Colman in this.
I did, too. She was good in it.
I thought she did a great job.
Yeah.
And I thought...
She was, like, the most interesting character in the whole series to me.
Yeah, she was. And I thought Sam Jackson was good, too. Mm-hmm. But really, everything else I just didn't care about. And then I have big problems that I'll talk about, but let's hear what your thoughts are.
I was just going to say, I know I mentioned this to you while we were watching it, but they did Amelia Clark no favors in her outfits. Those whatever clothes she was putting in looked awful.
Yeah.
And she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what have they put her in? This looks terrible.
Yeah. It's true.
They killed off several characters that I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why you killed these people off, but okay, sure.
Yeah. Like, they killed, and again, this is going to be just spoilers, so if you don't want to hear it, you can skip ahead. Maria Hill dies pretty early on.
Yeah.
Which, I don't care about Maria Hill, really, but I like the actress.
Yeah.
I like Kobe Smulders.
Yeah.
She hasn't been too bad in MCU, so I was like, oh, it's kind of... I figured she'd come back, but no, she's just dead.
Yeah, so. I kind of thought she would too, but guess not.
Yep.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe she'll come back in the future.
Yeah. Nobody ever stays dead.
Well, also because there's, like, DNA samples from all these different people. It's like, they can just bring back anybody now.
Yeah.
Which is annoying.
So, that was one of my big problems here. Uh-huh. So, we got Super Skrulls at the end. Mm-hmm. And they got it by taking DNA of these heroes from the battle sites.
Yeah, the big battle site from Endgame, I guess. Which,
first of all, how are you getting clean blood samples from all around? Like, okay, I guess they were the only one bleeding there.
But, I mean, you're also getting, like, DNA from Thanos and all of his guys. Because, of course, it shows on there, you know, like Cull Obsidian and what's his face? Squidward. I can't think of his name right.
Ebony Maw.
Yeah, it has, like, all that stuff. And then there are just also, I guess, other Chitauri that are just, they're like, well, I guess we've got a little bit of this Chitauri DNA in here, but it's fine.
But then Ghost is there? She was not at that battle.
She was not there.
I don't know. I guess they got her DNA. I guess they probably had it on file anyway because she was part of S.H.I.E.L.D.
She was part of S.H.I.E.L.D., yeah.
So we'll go with that. But yeah, so the Super Skrulls in the comics, or it's just one, it's the Super Skrull. The deal was the Skrulls always fought the Fantastic Four, and then battle against them. They had one Skrull that took the powers of all four of them, right? Mm-hmm. But he can't change. He can no longer morph. He can only have the powers. 4 powers. All right. And he can kind of only use like one at a time. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But anyway, they're just pumping so many powers in there. And there's so many of the same power. It's like Drax, super strong. Cole Obsidian, super strong also. Korg, he's a rock man.
He's also super strong.
Super strong. Captain America, he loves America.
And he's super strong.
And he's super strong, yeah. So, yeah, it was too much, and then for some reason, if you have Drax's abilities, you also get his tattoos, and Ebony Maw, you get his rings, apparently, that he had on his fingers.
Because
why?
Yeah, it like turns different parts of them into that person, basically. Because like at one point, Emilia Clarke is there, and she has a Drax arm. And I can't remember what her other arm was, but I was just like, this looks so dumb.
It looked pretty ridiculous.
So sorry. This looks so dumb.
Yeah. She grows mantis antenna.
Yes, that's true. She does.
Yeah. Which, that happens to the Super Skrull in the comics, but still, it's too... And they keep changing so often to just different big, beefy arms.
Yeah, yeah. But I guess they had to show, obviously that's Korg because that's what powers they have because he's got Korg arm. But it's like, I guess that's really the only reason that, they have like the Drax tattoos and everything. Yeah. Is so you can keep up with like which one they're supposed to be.
Yeah, but just narrow it down. Just, make it like a couple different people with different abilities.
Yeah.
Because that is very unnecessary.
They used a Groot arm a lot, which got us to, it gave us our, you just got Grooted line that we would say to people.
Yeah.
Be careful, you're going to get Grooted.
And they have, Extremis?
Yes.
So they can like heal themselves from Iron Man 3. But she just blasts him at the end through the stomach and
he doesn't
heal. Wow. He got shot in the head. Like half of his head was gone and he healed. But that hole in his stomach, man, it's over.
I don't know.
That's where the Skrull power is apparently. So that was my big problem with this. And why did they keep all the people that they scrolled? I mean, I understand he wanted them to bomb them and start the war, but
also you have to keep them so that they're not like
kill them.
Oh, well,
they took their memories and everything. They don't need them anymore.
Yeah, I guess. I thought you were just meaning like, why don't they just let them go free or something? I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah, that would be insane. You get those Spider-Man memes at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. And also, they really wanted us to care about Nick Fury's marriage to a Skrull, and I did not have care. Because we don't know her.
No.
We don't care.
It's like, it's like he shows up at the house and he puts his wedding ring on, and we're like, okay.
Yeah. They're talking about like, we've done so many missions for you and everything. We've done, we haven't seen any of that.
Yeah.
We don't know what all you've done for him. Like, and you've given him so little time to find a planet for them. Because that's what the whole thing, they're mad because he hasn't found him a home planet.
Well, you say so little time, but I mean, they've been looking for a planet since like 1995.
Yeah, but I mean, they're traveling through space. It takes a long time to get through space.
It does.
So,
and also, they're like, you didn't do all this stuff that you promised. It's like, okay, well, also for 5 years, Nick Fury was snapped out of existence.
Yeah.
Along with several other people.
Yeah, and there was alien invasions. A lot was happening.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on.
Yeah.
And they really are just relying on Captain Marvel to look for a planet for them. Mm-hmm. That's one person.
Yeah, so maybe they should be mad at her, not
That's
Nick
true.
Fury. I mean, and I feel like I feel like there were planets out there. What about that one planet that like Star-Lord was dancing around on at the beginning of Guardians 1?
True.
Just throw them out there with all those little rat creatures. And
yeah, it seems like there would be a planet somewhere, but I guess they have to find a place that's not like in Kree territory or whatever.
I guess.
But surely there's a planet somewhere that is not in Kree territory.
Yeah.
That planet probably would be because the Kree do actually show up there.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So, because that one's out.
Still. But after, like, the events of, like, the movie we're going to talk about today, the Kree should be really laying off of them. you would think.
Yeah. I was going to say also, why not just let them go to, although they can't now, but before, like in the 90s or whatever, just take them to, what was it, Xandar?
Xandar, yeah. Xandar seemed a little overpopulated. There were a lot of people on those streets. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there were a lot of options people didn't explore. So
send them to Titan and let them rebuild Titan.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. It's got a lot of resources there. You can just rebuild that. But I don't know. It wasn't as bad as I thought, but it was still I just never felt I had a reason to care about anything happening in the show.
Yeah, it's a lot like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was also like one of those that I'm like, yeah, that's way down on my list of ones that we watched.
But at least it was like set up by something. At least we had some history there.
Yeah.
But outside of Captain Marvel, Skrulls really haven't done anything.
I mean, you've seen them occasionally. They'll just show up somewhere. Like, yeah, they show up in Spider-Man. They show up at the very end of WandaVision, I think, because...
Oh, do they?
Because I think Monica talks to one of them at the very... Like, it's like a post-credit scene or something. But, yeah, other than that, there's not much.
Yeah, so... I don't know. Watch it if you want, but...
I mean, we just spoiled.
Yeah.
We just spoiled most of it for you anyway, so...
There's nothing really to watch. All right.
I mean, you get to see, you get to see Talos eating, like, a half a tomato in one go, which was
It takes him so long to eat that tomato.
I was like, well, bro, you're going to choke yourself. Stop.
Yeah. He loves tomatoes.
Yeah. You get to hear his accent come out at one point because I was making fun of it because he said something about annihilation or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can do the accent. It sounded very Australian.
Oh.
I think he's
Australian. Oh, is he Australian?
Right? I think he's Australian.
I didn't know that. Huh.
He's like, annihilation.
Nice. All right. Well, speaking of Talos.
And Skrulls.
And Nick Fury.
Yeah.
And everything.
And everything else that we've just talked about, basically. Captain Marvel.
Yeah. We watched Captain
Marvel.
This might be, again, the second time I've seen this. I don't know that I've rewatched it since I saw it in the theaters.
Yeah, I think this is the second time I've seen it.
Yeah. I think I liked it more this time than the first time, honestly.
Yeah, I did too.
Just because I remember there was a lot of negativity around it. It was real annoying at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, oh my gosh. And everybody hated the movie for reasons that didn't make any sense to me. Looking back on it now, there was a lot of criticism like, oh, she was bland and not doing anything. I'm like, that's not true, though.
It's like, were you watching the same movie she was?
She was doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and she had plenty of personality.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the heck we're talking about here.
I don't know.
So... Yeah.
It's just the whole, it's a woman thing.
Yeah, man, that was so stupid.
Yep.
Well, should we just get into it, I guess?
I guess so.
All right.
We just started off with the Marvel intro, and it's all Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Because this was right after Stan Lee passed away.
Yeah. Sad.
It was very sad. I even put Stan Lee and then a little sad face on my notes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he had recorded some like scenes to be inserted into movies, so yeah. So we might get to see him in this movie again.
So it starts off, there's like, it's hard to explain.
There's debris everywhere. There's been an explosion. Yes. She's befuddled.
She's laying there.
Annette Bening is standing up. Mm-hmm. What's she doing?
Some green guy comes out of the smoke and talks.
It's Shrek.
It's Shrek. He just came out of nowhere.
He just busted open that outhouse and he's here, baby.
Get out of his swamp. I hate this. But it's all a dream.
Yeah.
She wakes up. Oh, by the way, she is Veers.
Yeah. That's also, I put, because it's her just laying there with blood, and I was like, bet you wonder how I got here.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Then we cut to present day.
Yep.
Waking up.
Well, present day being 1995, yeah. But yeah, sure.
For her, present day.
So she wakes up. She's on Hala?
Yeah, Hala.
Hala back.
Hala.
Hala.
Yeah, I think it's Hala though.
Oh, Hala. I don't know. I can't remember how you pronounce it. A lot of times I'll write down like how you pronounce certain things on here so that I don't say it wrong. And this I did not because I was like, nah, I'm gonna remember that.
I got that. It's an easy word.
No, I'm dumb. It's fine. So this is the capital.
I don't think that's on you.
It's not. So this is the capital of Kree Nation or Kree whatever it's called. Cree something. I put nation because it had already gone off screen, and I was like, sounds good.
Yeah.
The Cree Empire or whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
She wakes up, and she goes off to find Jan Rog.
Mm-hmm. Jude Law. Yep.
And they're like, okay, let's practice some fighting, because you need to learn to control your emotions, because you're a woman.
Yep. So ridiculous.
Yep. She can't.
And you were like siding with the men in this movie.
Where? I cannot tell you how many times I rolled my eyes because he kept just doing this stupid, like, alpha male impersonation. This whole stupid movie. I was like, I'm gonna throw you out of my apartment if you don't stop.
Yeah, we had a good time.
She can't remember her past.
Yeah.
She
just gets those flashes in her dreams.
Yep. And she was, I guess, she just showed up on
Holla.
one day or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, she doesn't remember her past.
Yeah. And Jude Law keeps winning the fights.
Yeah.
Because of her womanly emotions.
Well, also because he's like, you have this superpower.
Yeah.
But don't use it.
Yeah, you need to control that.
You can't use it to fight me because I'm a little man baby and I can't fight you when you're using your actual powers.
Yeah, be nice.
So.
Yeah. And she should know her place.
God.
These are all jokes.
You're the worst. This is what I had to deal with the whole time. Every time there was some kind of thing about controlling her emotions or, whatever. Yeah. This is what I had to deal with.
Oh, it's awful.
It is.
All right. So this one she has to go meet with the Supreme Intelligence.
Yeah, because he's like, if you keep using your powers, I'm gonna take you to go see the Supreme Intelligence. And she's like, okay. So she tries to control it, and then she ends up hitting him with her power anyway.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you're in trouble now. I'm taking you to the Supreme Intelligence.
Talk to him. Mm-hmm. So the Supreme Intelligence takes on the form of whoever you most admire.
Yes.
And which is probably better than the comics where it's just a big green tentacle blob. In like a jar of ooze. It's kind of like Zordon a little bit from the Power Rangers.
Nice.
So, but green and blobby. So I was thinking, who would be your Supreme Intelligence person? Mine would probably be Frank Thomas, first baseman of the White Sox, because I'd listen to everything he tells me. I've got those testosterone pills he made. Oh, he promotes right now just because he sold me, and she'll like it too.
Oh my gosh.
Recommend those commercials.
The person I admire most. Okay, so Supreme Intelligence would probably take like the form of
an ice dragon.
Yes.
I respect those magical creatures.
I mean, they are pretty awesome.
They are.
No, I don't know.
It's tough. Yeah. You just don't want to say it's me, right?
I just didn't want to say it was me. I didn't want to. Myself.
You didn't want to Jan Rog it?
Yeah, exactly.
There's a deleted scene where Jan Rog just sees himself.
It's like an older, wiser version of himself with different colored eyes, too. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's Supreme Intelligence has green eyes.
I guess so.
So
green eyes because it's supposed to be a green blob.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It does.
Because it's part Shrek.
Part Shrek. Mine would be Shrek. Just respect him.
But they're not supposed to tell who it takes the form of?
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah, so Jan Rog will not tell her who it takes the form of. She's like, is it your dad? Is it your brother? Is it me? And he's like, I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
It's a secret.
And she keeps trying to tell him hers, but
yeah, she does. Exactly. She's like, I can tell you exactly who it is.
I'd be dying to know everybody's.
Yeah, I'd be like, come on, tell me.
Tell me
your secrets. Yeah.
But they're being sent on a mission.
Oh, Supreme Intelligence is also artificial intelligence, basically. Or that's what it says. It said it was the AI leader of the Cree.
Yeah, which is weird, but okay.
Yeah. Anyway, she goes to see the Supreme Intelligence.
Uh-huh.
She has to go see it, I guess, whatever. And goes in there, and it's Annette Bening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, I don't know who this woman is. She's like, I mean, I had a dream about her, but I don't know who she is.
Yeah, I don't know why I respect you so much.
Yep.
She's like, control your emotions. Mm-hmm. You got a mission.
Yep. You have to take out the scrolls, basically.
I think they were just gonna... because there's a Kree person they need to go... It's been captured or something. They need to go get them.
Yeah, something like that.
On a planet.
They do mention that the Skrulls silently infiltrate and take over planets.
Yes, because they can change anybody.
Yes. So they're fighting a war against the Skrulls, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get a mission. The mission is to go find this guy named Solar. Mm-hmm. I'm like solar? Like, yeah. Okay. They all have like these... Their names are all like... Yon Rog. Everything has like a hyphen in it. Except for Korath. Korath is different.
Yeah.
But yeah, Korath is back.
Does Minerva have one?
Yep, because it's Minerva.
Okay.
So yeah, they have their little group that is going on this mission. You've got Veers.
Yep.
You've got Korath.
Yeah.
You've got Yon Rog.
Uh-huh.
You've got Minerva.
Uh-huh.
You've got Atlas. And you have Bron-Char. Atlas. And
what was the last one?
Bron-Char.
Bron-Char. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if he even has any. I guess he had to have had at least one line because it said Bron-Char, and that's how I got his
Bron-Char
name.
Was the guy who
he's the little bearded guy.
Oh, he's the bearded guy? Mm-hmm. The big dude that looked like Volstagg?
Yes.
Okay.
That's Bron-Char.
Oh, okay.
Atlas is
I thought that was Atlas.
No, that's the other guy. Because he's...
Yeah.
Because they send Minerva and Atlas to go like
recon.
Snipe, basically.
Yeah. He would just randomly yell out things. I feel like
that sounds about right.
So yeah.
So that's the whole group there. They're on a search and rescue mission.
Minerva, played by Cersei.
Yes.
So
Gemma Chan.
Sure. Yeah.
I think that's her name.
Sounds right.
It's Gemma something.
Gemma.
I just remember Gemma.
Yeah.
But yes, she was also in the Eternals.
Yep.
But in this, she's green, so it's different.
Yeah, I don't understand why they're different colors.
Green? She blue.
She's bluish. I think she's mostly blue.
Maybe she's blue.
She might be a little green.
When she's feeling sick.
Yeah, she's kind of turquoise, I guess.
I don't know. I can't remember.
But I just don't understand why they're all different colors. Like, because the Kree are blue generally. Unless maybe they're hybrids. I don't know.
Okay.
But whatever.
She must be blue then. I don't know why I was thinking green. I guess because there are all these other green people in this movie and I'm just getting my colors mixed up.
They're also on a red planet, so maybe the colors together make green. I don't know.
No.
Don't think that's right.
No. Color theory says no.
We get to see the Mohawk helmet whenever they're traveling through the water. So that's one of her cool hairstyles she has.
Okay.
As Captain Marvel.
But yeah, they're going to find this guy, Solar, on the planet Torfa, which is a Kree border planet. But also the Skrull General Talos is trying to find the guy too. Yeah.
Some civilians around a campfire. Yep. Like, are those civilians? Minerva's like, they're civilians.
I think they're civilians.
They can't hear them.
Yep.
Their technology apparently sucks.
Right.
They're like not that far away from each other.
This is not the only time they have problems with communicators.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she tried to tell them, I think they're civilians, I think they're fine.
Yeah.
Atlas is also going somewhere.
Yeah.
But then he shows up again and it's like, it's okay, they're civilians.
Yeah, killed one, no green.
Yeah.
Or two are dead.
Exactly.
No,
but she looks through her scope and she sees Atlas down there and she's like, you're a Skrull!
Yeah.
So she kills that guy.
All the civilians turn out to be Skrulls too.
Yep. They're everywhere. It's an ambush.
Mm-hmm. And Captain Marvel, or no, she's not Captain Marvel.
Veers,
Veers is in a cave rendezvousing with Solar.
Yes.
They're trading codes. Mm-hmm. But then the ambush comes up and she gets shocked in the chest, I guess. I don't remember. She gets shocked and she gets knocked out. It was Talos.
Yep. And Talos captures her and then she starts dreaming again. Mm-hmm. She dreams she's in Top Gun, basically.
Yep.
And then it's like going through her memories. So she's flying around with Maria Photon Rambeau.
Yeah.
That.
Photon in the comics. Mm-hmm. She would be Captain Marvel occasionally. Captain Universe for a bit.
Okay.
So, yeah. She's seen a lot.
Then she's driving a go-kart, wrecks it. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
Her dad's
she went too fast. You gotta slow down. You're a girl.
Yeah, her dad's like, how dare you do this? You're a little girl. You shouldn't be driving fast.
You can't go fast. Like, you let them go fast. You can't go fast.
Why are you doing that?
This was a dead-on impression. I don't know what's wrong with that.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, man.
Yeah.
If you're not first, you're last. Then she's going through basic training, and they're all being jerks to her because she's a girl.
Yeah. Trying to jump from rope to rope, and she can't.
Yeah. We see baby Monica Rambeau. Mm-hmm. Very cute.
Yeah.
You see Goose.
Yeah.
Which we don't know its name is Goose yet, but it's
just
Cat.
Cat.
It's a cat, and it is with Annette Bening. Mm-hmm. What? Annette Bening is here.
Goose? Oh. The important part.
This is so funny. It's not even that funny.
It's pretty funny. Oh my god, she know Goose.
How did she know Goose? But during all of this, you can hear someone talking and trying to make her do different things, like go back, see what did that say? Focus on that.
Yeah.
What is the woman's name? So Annette Bening's name, we find out she's Dr. Wendy Lawson. She's part of Pegasus or Project Pegasus, and
they go. I think they go up into the plane. She gets shot down because they're following her.
They're trying to find she's looking at the screen in front of her or whatever. Yeah. Because there's some coordinates on the screen and she can't focus on the coordinates.
Right.
And she eventually just comes out of her memories.
Yeah.
Before she can actually see the coordinates.
Yep.
So
at one point they like tap her forehead and the visions start coming up again. It's like, do that again. That did something.
That did something.
Like a TV. It was great.
So they want to know how she knows
Lawson. They're looking for Lawson information on her.
Yeah, because she apparently created a Lightspeed engine that they're looking for. Yeah. They find out she was on planet C-53, which is Earth.
Yep.
And but Veers doesn't know how she knows her. She's like, you put these things in my head, And they're like,
she breaks out. Yeah, she breaks out of the containment thing. And,
yeah. But they're like, no, those were there before. Those were already there. We were just trying to access them.
Yep.
So she tries to escape.
Yeah, beats up a lot of people with the metal thing still in her hands.
Yep.
So she can't use her actual powers.
Yep. And finally she does manage to use her powers and push the metal things off of her hands. And when she does, they blow through the side of the ship, basically.
Yeah, so she's taking that ship down.
Yep. So there's a hole in the ship.
Everybody starts evacuating, getting into pods. Yep. She gets in one, throws a dude out. Yep. Talos is like, don't leave so soon. That's his voice. And he shoots the controls. So she's going out without controls and stuff. Yep. It's breaking down. But they're over Earth, luckily. Yep. So she just falls.
She falls into the and lands in a Blockbuster video. Yeah. So she walks out of there. She walks over. There's a security guard. She asks him, are you in charge of this sector or whatever?
Sector, yeah.
And she asks where she can find communication equipment. He points her to the Radio Shack. So she goes over there.
A lot of 90s throwbacks. The Blockbuster True Lies poster. Yep. Or stand-in. And she picks up the right stuff.
The right stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Saw some Rush Hour in there. Very good detail of all the 90s stuff. Made me kind of miss Blockbuster. Blockbuster always sucked, though. I liked a lot of video stores aside from Blockbuster.
Yeah, I never really went to Blockbuster very often unless I was sometimes we would go if I was with Katie. Yeah. I don't know if my parents even had a Blockbuster card.
It was a pain to get those cards. At least when I got one, they were like, we need proof of residence, proof of insurance or something. What? We need blood sample. Guys, I just want to rent a movie.
We need your DNA just in case we have to clone you later.
Yeah. Everybody else is just write down your name and address. And we'll give you a card.
Yeah, we had movie gallery. Yeah. That was the one we went to a lot.
Some Hollywood Video.
I don't think we had a Hollywood Video around.
Hastings. Did you have Hastings?
Nope, never heard of it.
It's good. I liked Hastings. They're gone now.
Every time I hear Hastings, I think of the movie. God, what was it? Strictly Ballroom, because the main character's name is Scott Hastings.
Yeah, I both miss movie stores and don't miss them. because it would take forever. It was fun to like look through, kind of, but when you're like in a hurry, kind of, and you want to just get a movie, but then you got to be there for like a long time, looking around at everything, especially for someone that likes to look at every single thing that's on the shelf.
Well, I know I know they would have like a new releases area, so that was the place you would always go to first, because it's like, I know this movie that I want. Yeah. Because I mean, when I would go to movie gallery, they would have what was coming out. Like, and every time I would go, I'd grab one of those, because I'd be like, ooh, I want to see this movie and this movie, and I'd like circle them, so I knew what day they were coming out. So I was like, this is the movie I want to see.
That's very you.
It is.
This is the most you story you've ever told.
It involves a list.
Yeah, organization, pre-planning.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I knew what days they were going to be released on. So I was like, I'd be like, okay, I want to go get this one. It's like, sometimes you'd have two that were coming out the same day. And it'd be like, oh, well, if they don't have this one, I can get this one. And yeah, so I love the movie gallery. Nice.
It seems like it. Yeah.
And then usually on the TVs and stuff in there too, they would show like previews for like what was coming out soon. So I'd be like, that was fun. I would sit there and just watch the TVs in there and just be like, yeah, that looks really cool. I can't wait. And then they would have, the movies that were older that they were just trying to sell off real cheap.
Yeah.
So I probably bought a pretty good bit of stuff that way. And not just bin. Yeah, in the bargain bin, but not just movies, because they had video games too. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure most of the Nintendo 64 games that I have came from those bargain bins.
Oh, really? Nice. Oh man, I remember renting like NES and SNES games. At the movie place. And we'd keep them for just a little bit. Me and my brother would just play them real fast. And just, so good. And sometimes we get them multiple times. Like double, triple. Still, it was great. Oh, now I miss them. Yeah. I think I turned on it. Now I miss them. Way to go, Netflix. Way to go, Blockbuster. You could have bought Netflix. Anyway, so she calls Jan Rog. She wires up the payphone. She doesn't even really need Radio Shack, really. Yeah. She just wires up the payphone.
I guess she needed the wires and stuff that she was using.
I think she just pulled them out of the phone.
I don't know.
But anyway, she's trying to communicate where she is. Sets up her beacon so they can find her. Yep. If they're like, how far away? 22 jumps or something?
Yeah, 22 jumps. So. Or it'll be 22 hours before they can jump or something like that. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. So it's going to be a while.
Yeah. And they're like, stay where you are. Don't worry about it. We'll be there soon. And she's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
I mean, she did until she almost got shot. Yeah. So.
Because not only does she, she crashes, but also the Skrulls crash into the planet also.
They land in the ocean, basically.
Yeah. So they come out of the ocean. They wash up on the shore. They look around. They start changing into surfer people. Yep. Of course, two of them turn into the same surfer girl. Yeah. And Talos is like... Talos is like,
This one's taken.
This one's taken. You gotta choose something else. Yep. Yeah. So while she's there at the Radio Shack, she loses contact with them. And then there's a knock on the payphone door. Yep. And it's
Nicholas J.
I was literally gonna say Nicholas J. Fury, and then I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna call him Nick Fury. But you did it.
I did it.
You did it.
Coulson also showed up and asked the security guy where she was. Pointed it right to her. Yep. Coulson's got some sweet hair now. Yep. Because this is 95. 95. Still a rookie.
So does Fury. Fury's got hair too. Yeah. So they're asking her, what are you doing, basically? Well, first they're like, we heard there was a girl who came out of the Blockbuster or whatever.
Wearing some laser tag gear.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, she went that way. It's like, no. Yeah. So she tries to tell him about the Skrulls, that she's, part of Star Force,
maybe. Yeah,
Star Force. Yeah.
Okay, crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And there are these green people who can turn into people, and they're gonna try to take over the planet or whatever. Mm-hmm. He's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And she's, he says something about, how do we know you're not one of these Skrulls or whatever? Mm-hmm. She's like, now you're asking the right questions.
Yeah. And then they get shot at by a Skrull.
Yep.
And she tries to blast him.
Yep.
You're like, oh, maybe she's not crazy.
Yeah. Maybe she actually knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe she's not just some crazy lady, you know how women are.
we know. She chases Skrull.
After the guy. Yep.
Fury and Coulson jump in a car. Mm-hmm. They start chasing as well.
Yep. The guy gets onto a train.
Mm-hmm.
She follows him onto the train.
Yeah.
Bumps into an old lady as she's going in though.
Yep.
She's about to go in.
Yeah.
And she's trying to get into the train, but the train goes off before she can get into it first.
Right. She has to jump onto it.
And then she breaks into it basically. Mm-hmm. So she starts walking through the train trying to find this guy.
Yep.
But he's already changed. He's not the surfer guy anymore. Yep. So she's trying to figure out who it is. She sees Stan Lee reading a Mallrats script.
Getting ready for his movie role in Mallrats. That was great.
So, yeah. And then she walks by an old lady.
Yeah. Looked very familiar.
And looking kind of suspicious. Yeah. And then she just starts punching her.
Yeah. Everybody's like, oh, no.
Why are you punching this old lady?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so they fight, and people are trying to, like, hold her back. Because it's like, you can't just punch an old lady.
Punching this old lady, even though the old lady's flipping around bars.
Right? It's like...
drop kicking her and stuff.
Exactly.
That's just that fight or flight mentality, you know?
Sure.
I bet if we were attacked, we would start flipping around bars as well.
Oh, yeah, I know I would. Because, my upper body strength is, like...
I got this.
Nothing. Yeah.
I'm very nimble whenever I need to be.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no. No, I would not be able to do any of that. So then the old lady runs through the train into a different car. So she follows.
He changes into somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Some guy in like a sweater vest or whatever. Yeah. And then that guy in the sweater vest sees himself and is like, oh, that's not me. What? So chases him on top of the train. So they're on top of the train fighting each other.
Yeah. They kind of go back and forth. Mm-hmm. In and out of the train.
Yep.
He touches the electric part and blasts him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Fury and Coulson are still chasing after him and everything. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly Fury gets a message on his
CB radio.
His radio. And it's like, it's Coulson. He's like, I'm still at the Blockbuster. You just left me
collecting evidence of the Blockbuster. Yeah.
And then it's like, then who's with Fury? Uh-oh.
It's a Skrull.
Yep. So somehow Veers loses the Skrull that she's been chasing.
Yeah, because they go into the station and they just blend in with the crowd.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Nick Fury has gotten his car rammed into by a bus.
Yep.
And killed the Skrull.
It killed the Skrull.
So he just covers it up.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to see this nasty green face. I'm just going to cover it up and go on my way.
Yeah.
So she remembers one of those memories that they were going through while she was on the ship. Mm-hmm. There was something called Pancho's Bar.
Yeah,
It's Pancho's Bar. But, so she goes to an internet cafe.
Yep.
Searches on Alta Vista search engine.
Oh, it's rough.
Gets disconnected at some point too, of course.
Yep. Why wouldn't you?
So now she does find the location of it, so she heads off there.
Yeah. She also looked up something else.
Or she's about to head there, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
But then she has a map. She's looking at the map. She's sitting outside.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy shows up on a bike.
A really cool guy.
Yeah.
On his motorcycle.
Yeah, and he's like,
hey, babe.
Hey, girl, whatever.
Yeah.
Got a smile for me.
Ugh.
And she just kind of looks at him like, I want to kill you.
Yeah. And that was another thing, when the trailers came out and stuff, everybody's like, why doesn't you smile more? Or something like, oh my God, shut up. That is so stupid.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Luckily, you smile enough. It's fine. I don't have to tell
you. You're gonna have to stop. People don't realize. People are not gonna realize you're.
Oh, please. They know.
I hope they know that you're joking.
I'm joking.
Yeah. I would not put up with that.
This is obviously. If you don't understand this is stupid people behavior, then sorry about you.
Oh, yeah, do not do that. Yeah. Let's just put it out there. Do not be this guy on the bike.
Don't be like me.
Don't be like Mark.
General. Not just in this episode, just in general.
Oh, man. Anyway, so I was like, yeah, I'd want to steal his bike, too, if he was acting like that.
Yep.
So, yeah, she steals the guy's bike.
Yeah.
She also steals his jacket, I think.
Helmet, yeah. They don't really show that part.
No.
She takes some clothes off a mannequin as well. Nice 9-inch nails shirt. She's very grungy.
Yeah, she's got her flannel tied around her waist and everything. Yep.
She's in it.
So she heads off to Poncho's. Nick Fury has brought in this dead alien body.
Yep.
There's an autopsy happening.
Yeah, his boss shows up. They're talking about it.
His boss, Keller.
Yeah.
Had to look all the way at the bottom of my notes, but I found it. His boss, Keller, is there, shows up, and they're like, they're not carbon-based. Like, life on Earth. They're different. Don't know what it is actually, because because it's something that's not from Earth. It's not an element that we know.
Yeah, probably unobtainium.
Probably. Yep, so he's like, well, I guess I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you later. So after he leaves, the doctor has walked over to the other side of the room or whatever and was doing the autopsy. Keller goes up to it and he's just like whispering sweet nothings into its ear. He's like,
it's like, go into the next world in peace.
So it's like, oh no, he's the Skrull. So
yeah.
So she goes to Poncho's. As she's walking through the bar, she starts seeing her memories basically in front of her. Apparently she spent a lot of time here.
Yep.
With Maria Rambeau.
They partied it up. Played some Street Fighter 2.
Did some karaoke.
And then she orders a drink from the bartender, and then, oh, hey, Nick Fury's there. How the heck did he get there so fast?
I don't know.
How did he know? I
don't. He did know that she stole somebody's bike, though, so maybe he had somebody following the bike or something.
Maybe.
He shows up, they sit down to talk to each other.
Yep. They had to prove to each other they're not Skrulls.
So he's like, well, I was born in Huntsville, Alabama. And I was like, oh, okay. Because in Secret Invasion, at one point, he starts talking. I'm like, why did he suddenly become a Southern man?
Yeah, he's talking about coming from Alabama.
and he really goes into, he like starts talking with like more of a Southern accent. Yeah. And I was like, when did this happen? But apparently he was born in Huntsville, so okay.
But he just gives her a lot of background information and like what's something nobody would know. And then he can't eat bread if it's cut into diagonals.
You can't toast. It's
or just toast.
Specifically toast, okay. I think, is what he says. And also, everybody calls him Fury.
Yeah.
That's
not Nicholas, not Nick.
Yep, just Fury.
Jay.
Yep.
But how does she know he's telling the truth? He could just be making all of it up.
Yeah, actually, I think the whole everybody calls him Fury thing comes later, but I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think it's when they get to that facility thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Maybe.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how it proves anything.
But then he's like, well, how do I know you're not a Skrull?
Yeah.
And so she just like blasts the
jukebox. Yeah, like jerk move.
And it's like, okay, but how does that prove it? Because I don't know that Skrulls can't do that.
She's like, the Skrulls obviously can't do that.
It's like, well, I don't know what Skrulls are. How would I know?
This is my first day with Skrulls.
Exactly. So yeah, it's real weird.
Yeah.
Whatever. So she had asked something about Pegasus. She asked the bartender something about Pegasus because she saw one of the planes on a photo on the wall. And that was when Fury showed up, and he was like, that's confidential or whatever, that's classified or whatever. But he takes her to wherever they were doing Project Pegasus or whatever it's called.
Yep.
And they get in there.
They get locked in a room.
She immediately asks to see Dr. Lawson.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, come with us.
Yeah.
And they lock him in a room. Yeah. So they have to get out of the room.
Yeah, Fury lifts a fingerprint from his wallet that the guy had touched.
Yep.
Takes him a while. Just using tape.
Yep. But he gets it. He gets him out of there.
Next door, they have to do the same thing, but she just blasts.
Well, it's on like the 5th floor because she was looking, while he was doing all this stuff with the tape, she was looking to find out where the records room was. So it's on the 5th floor. So they head to 5th floor. He's like, all right, let me use this tape. I still got it. We're going to use this. And she just blasts through the door. And he's like, you could could have done that earlier instead of making me sit there with this tape, getting this fingerprint. And she's like, okay, whatever.
So find the file very easily.
First, as they're walking down the hallway, they find Goose.
Oh yeah, Goose. Yeah.
So yeah, the cat just walks up to him. It's the cat that she saw in her memory, and it starts like going all around Nick's feet and stuff. And
Nick's so happy.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh my gosh, I would be too. I would be too. I would immediately be like, oh my god, there's a cat. I would just be having the time of my life." Yeah. He's like, "Oh, his name is Goose because he's got his little tag on his collar." So there we go. Now in the comics, it was not named Goose.
No, it was named Chewie. Yeah,
because Han Solo's co-pilot. So
they find the file.
Yes, they go look through the records. They find the file immediately. It's very well organized, I guess. It is. And they find out. They like look through the file. They find the stuff for the blueprints or whatever for the
Lightspeed engine. Yeah.
And then they're like, she's like, I wonder why the project was canceled or whatever. She's like, I wonder why it was canceled. And he's like, probably because she was crazy. Yeah. And because she was a woman.
See, but you actually mean it.
Well, as a crazy woman, I can say this.
You can say this kind of stuff. But yeah, they find out she died and she was shot down with another pilot. Yeah, and then she realizes those writings were Cree hieroglyphs. Yes. So she was Cree.
Because I was going to say, well, first they realized that she wasn't, or she realizes she wasn't actually crazy. She was just writing in Cree. Yeah.
So there's one account, testimony about a witness or somebody that knew them both, and it was Maria.
Yeah, it was, the crash happened 6 years ago. There was no name for the pilot in the record, but Maria Rambeau was the last person to see them both alive.
Yep.
So they had like her testimony and everything.
Yeah, and Fury's like, I gotta step out for a second to just clear my head.
Yeah, so
not text somebody on my beeper.
Exactly.
Don't worry about it.
So he heads off, and then she's like, well, I'm just going to come over here and send a message to get in contact with my people.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But she saw also, didn't she see in the picture that she was in it?
Yes, she saw in the picture that she was in it. She was in the background.
She's like, oh my gosh, I know these people.
So yeah, she gets back in touch with Yanrog. She's like, Lawson is dead, but she was a Kree operative.
I'm from here.
Yeah, and he's like, oh yeah, she was Marvel.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you couldn't have told me that before. But, I mean, I guess they couldn't have because...
Yeah, they're trying to keep it all very secret.
So, yeah, but she's like, and I was here, I'm from here, I saw myself, and took the photo and everything, and he's like, I don't care.
It's very top secret, I can't tell you anything about it.
Exactly.
Sorry.
So, back with Fury, he is with Keller.
Yep.
And Keller says...
Because Keller's just arrived with some other soldier, or not soldiers, but agents.
Yeah, he's like, I've got the girl, whatever, I'll take you to her. And...
he wants to question her alone with Fury.
Yeah, and they get into the elevator, and he calls Fury Nicholas.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay.
And as they're going up the elevator, he's like, let's flank her like we did in Havana.
Yeah, and he's like, I'll go to the 5th floor and you go to... she's on the 6th floor, so you go into the 6th, but I'm going to stop on the 5th floor and flank her like we did in Havana. And the guy's like...
pincher maneuver.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, like in Havana.
Yeah. Fury's like,
I totally remember that. Yeah.
We weren't in Havana.
It was Savannah. Yeah. So, yeah, he knows that the guy is a Skrull. So he's trying to get back to her before they can get to her.
Yep.
And...
she's already leaving. Yes. Pretty much.
Yeah. And
Fury's trying to sneak around. There's soldiers running in, or agents running in. So he's trying to hide from them. Eventually Keller catches up to him though.
Yeah, they know that Fury is... that he knows something's up.
Yeah.
So as she's walking down the stairs or whatever, she overhears Coulson and somebody else, and they're talking about how they need to take Fury in dead or alive.
Yeah, because he's working with her.
Yeah.
So
she's like, crap, now I have to go save this Fury guy.
Yep.
So she goes back in there. Fury gets into a fight with Keller.
Yep.
And she saves him, basically.
Yeah, we find out it's Talos.
Talos, yep.
Yeah.
They get out of there. They're about to run through, like, downstairs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Coulson catches them.
Yeah, in the stairwell.
Mm-hmm. But he lets them get away.
Yeah.
Because he's a good guy.
He's a good dude. He recognizes good people.
Yeah, exactly. So they make it to like a hangar.
Yep.
There's a ship that they can get on there.
Mm-hmm.
And they fly away in it.
Yep.
But there's a stowaway.
There is.
It's Goose.
It's Goose.
So now they have Goose with them.
Yep.
They're flying away, heading to Louisiana so that they can meet up with Maria Rambeau.
Yep.
Because, of course, she was the last person who saw them.
Yep.
So they want to question her.
Mm-hmm.
Yanrog gets in touch with Ronan.
Yep.
The Accuser.
Yep.
Is that his name?
Yep.
From Guardians of the Galaxy. Volume 1, of course.
Pre-eye makeup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was before he went all emo.
Yeah, I kind of hate the just blue. It looks bad.
Yeah, it looked weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's back.
The accusers want to just bomb Earth and get her, and he's like, no, well, we don't know where they are exactly. We'll find them.
Yep. Plus, they're looking for something there. They're looking for like an energy core kind of thing that Marvel had taken.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, we'll take care of it.
Yep.
Veers and Fury show up at Maria's house.
Yep.
Go in and talk to her, of course. She has her daughter there.
Yep.
Monica.
Mm-hmm.
Are you so loud?
Yep.
I literally don't remember what they... I think she just tells them.
She just tells them,
outright tells them. They're
everything.
Skrulls.
Yeah. I have powers now. She heats up a kettle.
Yep.
Prove it. Monica's like, oh, I'm going to go get all your stuff. I'll be right back.
Yep.
And I'll show you. And Maria's mad that she didn't see her for 6 years or whatever. And it's like, bro, it's not her choice.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly something she could help, you know?
Yeah. Sorry about your struggles.
Yeah. So, Monica's like, okay, I've got all your stuff out here.
Yeah.
Shows there's like a bunch of pictures and stuff.
Yep.
Them dressed up for Halloween, hanging out at the bar, all this stuff.
Having a good time. Her as a kid.
Yep.
All that.
And then Monica's like, oh, your jacket. I'll go get it. It's somewhere else.
Yeah. I spilled ketchup on it.
Yeah. So she heads out to go do
that. They also
that.
get her dog tag that's like split in half. It just says Carol Dan.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, of course, during the wreck, they found it in the wreckage and they only found half of it.
Which I guess we can spoil. The Kree found the other half of it. And it just said Vers.
Yeah. So they
were like calling her Veers. And it's kind of a reveal, like, at this point. Mm-hmm. Because I remember in the movie they were just calling her Veers, and I was like, why are they calling her Veers?
Yeah.
Oh, Vers.
Yeah.
But in here we had the closed captioning on, so it just said Vers the whole time instead of Veers. Yeah. And it's like, oh, well, this is obviously the last part of her name, but yeah. So it doesn't work as well with closed captioning.
I mean, unless you don't know that her name is Carol Danvers.
That's true.
That point.
That's true. Yeah, if you don't.
Which, I mean, when it showed like her picture, when it showed the picture and she was in the background, she was getting on her plane, and it actually had, you could see Danvers on there. Okay. I don't think you could see the Carol part because they didn't want to spoil something later in the movie for like the very end of the movie. Okay. Because it would have said Carol.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
So as they're looking at all this stuff, you know, Monica has run out the back door or whatever. Mm-hmm. They get a knock on the door.
Yep.
And they're like, oh gosh, it's a Skrull.
Yeah.
And Maria's like, it's just my neighbor, it's fine. Yeah. And she's like, he could be a Skrull.
The neighbor just wants to look at the jet that she brought in.
Yeah, but she keeps calling it like
dead staring at
it. She just he keeps calling it like the bird.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. And she's like, oh, you want to look at the bird and all this stuff. And he's like, yeah. And Maria's like,
nice try, Skrull.
Maria's like, just come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
So they close the door and she's still just like staring him down the whole time as the door's closing, which is funny. But they turn around and Talos is in the house.
Yeah. He was like, you should be nice to your neighbors.
And he's just sitting there like,
nobody heard him come in.
No, and he's just sitting there like drinking.
Yeah.
Like a
yeah. From like a gas station drink.
Yeah.
Fill up fountain drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a little straw and everything.
Yeah.
He's just slurping up something from the straw. And
they threatened to kill him, but he's like, maybe you should look outside.
Yeah.
And there's a Skrull.
Yeah. There's another Skrull that's outside with Monica that is
dressed up as Maria.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to say dressed as, but yeah.
Taking the form of Maria.
Yeah, basically. So it's like, okay, don't want to mess with him because they could hurt the kid and everything.
Yeah, we don't want to hurt him. We're just trying to talk.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I just want to talk.
Yeah.
So,
and they agree. Like, you bring her in and we'll talk.
Yeah, but then of course as they're waiting, Goose walks up and he's like, oh my gosh,
get it away from me. It's a flirkin.
Yep. And they're like,
it's a cat.
It's a cat. What are you talking about?
Like, that is no cat.
Yeah, exactly. This is a dangerous animal.
Yep.
So yeah, he's afraid of Goose.
Yep.
Goose seems to like him though.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just kind of like
Goose kind of likes everybody for the most part.
Yeah.
Except a couple people.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, well, we have the black box from the crash.
Yeah.
We can listen to it. Maybe we can find out some more information or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's what they do.
Yep.
It's on a CD-ROM.
Yep.
They stick it into the computer.
Takes forever to load.
They're like, she's like, why is this taking so long? What's happening? Like, it's loading. Just give it a minute.
Then it just replays everything of them getting shot down. They're being chased by a spaceship.
Yep.
And they crash land after they get shot.
Yep. She pulls the doc out of the plane. Mm-hmm. She realizes she has blue blood. This is weird. Uh-oh.
And Lawson's like, we gotta end wars. I don't know. It's bigger than all of us.
Yeah. So she's about to destroy
that core.
Mm-hmm. And somebody shoots her.
Yep.
They walk up out of the smoke.
This is where in her visions it's always a scroll.
Yep. But it's not a scroll.
It's not.
It was Yanrog the whole time. What?
Oh my gosh.
So
he's like, don't move, I'll shoot you.
Yeah, they're both just pointing guns at each other. Mm-hmm. And finally she's like, well, I'm going to do what Lawson was trying to do. I'm going to shoot this core.
Yep. And she does.
She does. It explodes. She absorbs the power from it.
Yep. Which in the comics, she gets her powers by an explosion like that. Mm-hmm. But she's also with Captain Marvel. But she like merges his DNA and hers and the energy, and that's how she gets her powers. So she's like half human, half Kree at that point somehow. But so
it knocks her out basically. Mm-hmm. But she's got the power. You can see it. Like
she's got the touch. She's got the power.
So you can see it like in her fingertips and stuff, basically. And so he's like, well, I can't get the core, but I guess I can take her with me.
Yeah, she absorbed it all.
Yep.
We need her. I'm Jude Law.
That sounds nothing like Jude Law.
I don't know. Play it back.
So yeah, he takes her back to
Holla!
I couldn't remember what it was called. I was like, wait a minute, there was a joke earlier.
Wait, something very funny happened.
I know something funny happened.
Can't sort through all the funny that's happened.
There's been too much funny. I just can't handle it. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's her origin story. Mm-hmm. She's upset. Mm-hmm. She runs outside.
Yep.
It was like, sorry, that's how it is.
Yep. He's like, you're not Kree. The Kree destroyed our planet. Mm-hmm. We just want a new home.
Yeah.
They're trying to kill us, but we just want a new home.
Yep.
We want peace, basically. And Lawson wanted to help them. Mm-hmm. Wanted to help bring peace or whatever.
Yeah.
So she only destroyed the engine though when she because she thought she was destroying the core, but that wasn't the core. The core's still out there.
Yep.
Because when they were heading up into space, Carol and Lawson, they were heading to her lab.
Yeah,
her lab,
to
which
some
is in
coordinates.
Mm-hmm. It is in orbit around the Earth.
And Talos and the Skrulls couldn't figure out that it was in orbit.
Yeah.
And his science guy should have known that.
Yeah.
And his science guy was like, oh, sorry.
Oops. Oh, where did you get your degree, science guy? Oh, man.
But yeah, so their plan is to go out and find that.
So Carol has a little moment with Monica out on the porch. They're sitting there. She calls her Lieutenant Trouble because apparently that's her little nickname for Monica.
Yeah.
She's like, you seem to have pretty good fashion sense, so I'm going to let you choose my outfit, basically.
Yeah.
Because, she's wearing the Kree armor or whatever.
So it's kind of bluish black.
I thought it was green.
Green. Wow, that's the whole Minerva situation again.
I don't know colors.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's dark.
So she's like, help me change the outfit because it can change into all different kind of colors.
Yeah.
There's one point we were both like, that's the one she should have chosen.
Yeah, it was like all neon-y and Tron-y.
Yes, it looked like Tron.
Yeah.
Tron-y, it sounds funny. Yeah, it looked like something out of Tron. It looked awesome. Yeah. I loved it.
They should have gone with that. But
that's not the one they went with.
No, they went with the red and blue one.
Yeah, and gold.
There's and gold in the comics. So
it still looks good, though.
It looks good. Yeah. Much better than the blue, green, black.
Whatever color she was wearing before.
Yeah.
So Maria leaves Monica with her parents.
Mm-hmm. And they're
Jan-Rog shows up.
Yep.
Carol is in the shed.
Yeah.
And he comes in.
She tries to do the password thing. He's like, no.
We're not doing that anymore.
Answer these riddles 3.
Yeah, exactly. What is your favorite color? No.
Yeah, he asks, like, who do I see when I talk to the Supreme Intelligence?
Yeah, and she's like, I don't know, you won't tell me.
Yeah. I don't remember the second one.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But then the third one was like, whose blood
did we give you when you came to Hala?
And she's kind of like,
and he blasts her. Because it was his blood.
Yep.
My blood blows through.
Blows through.
My blood doesn't flow, it blows.
Blood flows through your veins. Or through her veins. Because, of course, it was not Carol. It was the science guy. No! Not the science guy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He made the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah. So, science guy also, since, I'm obsessed with our flag means death.
Yep.
It's Black Pete from our flag means death.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, I recognize the cute little lisp kind of thing. But yeah.
So they're headed up.
Yep. They're heading up to find the lab. Jan-Rog goes off and tells Ronan that the Skrulls have infiltrated Earth.
Yeah.
And so Ronan's like,
the accusers are coming.
We're on our way.
Yeah. That was
exactly like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That and my Jude Law impression. We're nailing it.
We're doing such a great job. So yeah, they go up into space.
Yeah.
They find Mar-Vell's lab up there. They get inside.
And they find the core.
Yep. And the core.
It's
the Tesseract.
Oh my gosh. And there's pinball.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff around.
They're like, why is this like organized for children?
Yeah, they grab a
Fonzie lunchbox.
Yeah. And they put the Tesseract in it. And then they're looking around and they notice there's a cup of coffee on the desk and it's still steaming. It's hot. So they're not alone up there. Talos goes over. He starts making this weird noise. He's just like, and people start coming out. Well, not people, but Skrulls start coming out. Oh my
gosh, there's Skrulls everywhere. It's an ambush.
Oh no.
So they start blasting.
No. The ship is full of Skrulls.
Yeah.
And
they're refugees.
Yes. And it's 2 of them at least are Talos's family. So he has his wife, Soren, and his daughter, Gaia. Which they don't
in Secret Invasion.
They don't say Gaia in this, but
we know.
But yeah, we know now because we watched Secret Invasion.
She's like the main character of Secret Invasion.
And Soren, he does say her name when he walks up to her.
Yeah.
But, so
it's like Captain Marvel's here to help us, and so is I guess Nick Fury and Goose is here.
Yeah, because they look over and they see her and she's wearing the Kree armor or whatever, and they're like, oh no, it's the Kree, and he's like, no, she's a friend.
Yeah,
she's here to help us and everything. But then of course the other Kree show up.
Yep,
the rest
they're to ruin the party.
Yep, the rest of them,
and they capture everybody. They capture Captain Marvel.
Yep, and it's time for her to see the Supreme Intelligence again.
That'll talk some sense into her.
They also capture a Goose and they muzzle him.
I can't believe it. They're like, it's a Flurkin, threat level high.
Yep. They put a little muzzle on him.
Yeah.
And they're like, he's not Hannibal Lecter. But yeah, it was real cute.
Yeah. They're going to like eject the Skrulls into space.
Yep.
Rough go for everybody.
Yeah. So they've got Carol tied up. She's going to see the Supreme Intelligence again.
Yeah, she's interfacing.
Yep. She gets in there. I don't remember what she tells
Supreme Intelligence is like, oh no, I like this jacket.
Perfect.
But no, she tells her, we gave you this power. We can take it away.
Yep.
And she's like, wait, no, I got this power before y'all knew me.
Yeah,
I think y'all are holding me back. Maybe if I took off this stupid little inhibitor y'all have on me, then maybe I will just kick your ass.
Because she also tells her, she's like, you have to remember, you have to control your emotions. And all this stuff. She's like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I think I don't have to do that. I think I can do whatever I want. She does get knocked through some kind of weird mirror-looking thing.
Yeah.
And she goes back through her memories again, and it's like all these people are saying different stuff, and then I swear somebody says, you kiss like a horse.
They do. It says it in the captions at least.
Because I was like, where did that come from?
It's just basically all men being jerks to her.
Yeah.
Telling her, like, oh, you suck, you can't do it, just give up, stop, you kiss like a horse. You know how men do. I'm sure every woman has gone through this. You kiss like a horse. How do horses kiss?
I don't know.
Anyway, but then she starts saying, oh, wait, what happened after that?
Yes, so she keeps seeing herself get knocked down. But then she sees herself getting up again.
Yeah.
They're never going to keep her down.
Never going to keep her down. She drinks a whiskey drink, too.
She drinks a vodka drink.
Yep. And then, so she's able to climb the ropes, and she's able to drive, I guess. I don't know. She's
a woman, no. She can't drive.
Well, she can't do that motorcycle. Anyway, though, so she's like, oh, yeah, I'm actually really strong. Because,
I was even strong before I got the powers.
I don't need these stinking powers. So, yeah.
Yep. So she breaks out, basically. She breaks out of the simulation kind of thing.
She does. And she starts whooping.
Yep. She gets out of there. She goes to find Fury and Maria.
Yeah. She's got the Tesseract in the lunchbox.
Yes. So she gives them. Give it to she's like, here, you take the Tesseract. I'm going to keep the lunchbox. Yeah. And Fury's like,
I'm not touching
that. I'm not touching that thing.
Which is a good idea, because it would have destroyed them.
Yes.
Just real unsafe by Carol.
Yeah, exactly. And then Goose eats it.
Yeah. He gets all octopusy tentacles. Yeah. Swallows it up.
Yep. Tentacles just come out of his mouth and grab the Tesseract, and whoop, it's in his tummy now.
He loves it. Num num num.
And they're just like, okay, I guess this isn't a cat.
Yeah.
Maybe this is one of those flirkins they were talking about.
Yeah. So she takes the lunchbox and goes off on her own.
Yep. She goes off. She starts fighting all of her former teammates.
Yep. People hated that they played I'm Just a Girl at this point. Or
why?
I don't know. Because it's too on the nose, maybe, I guess. I still think it was good. I liked it.
Too on the nose would have been playing tub thumping as she was getting knocked down and getting back up again.
But wouldn't that have been pretty cool?
I was kind of wanting it.
We would have won that too. Yeah, I liked it. It was again another thing where I was like, why are you so
against women?
This? Yeah, like
why do you hate women?
Why don't y'all control your emotions and stop getting so mad about this?
Exactly.
Maybe smile a little bit about this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah. I enjoyed it. It's a fun fight. Mm-hmm. But then they realize she doesn't have the Tesseract.
Yeah.
She tricked him.
Meanwhile, Fury and Maria are trying to get out of there. Mm-hmm. With Goose, of course.
Yep.
They get caught by these Skrulls. Not Skrulls.
The Skrulls turned on them. No.
Not yet. They get caught by the Kree that are taking the Skrulls out to blast them off into space, basically.
Yeah. Like, let's do it to everybody.
And they're like, okay, Goose, do your thing. Because they had they had passed by these guards at one point, and Goose, like, basically tentacled
and grabbed all of them.
Grabbed them and hurt them. And
it's good stuff.
Yeah. So then he tries to... And ate them, yes. He ate them. And so Fury holds him up. It's like, Goose, do your thing, basically. And Goose is just like, no.
Walks over to him.
Drops Goose.
Goose up against some boots.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which should have been a clue.
Oh, yeah.
Rubs up against somebody, and they're like, oh, we're taking you guys. Yeah. Because I love the way Fury's like, pick a side, man. Yeah. Pick a side, Goose. Come on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they head off, and as they're walking away. Basically, the guard talks to Fury and says something about
just like Havana,
and it's like, oh, it's
Talos.
So he's pretending to be a Kree.
And once they get to like the ship area, he just shoots all the other guards.
Yeah, exactly. And they get onto the ship.
But Talos does get shot.
Yes. Yep. They get onto the ship and everything, and they're about to fly away. Talos gets shot. But they do make it out of there. Minerva goes after them.
In a dropship. Yon-Rogg gets into a dropship.
Yep.
Carol follows him, jumps onto the dropship with him.
Yep.
Trying to punch him.
Yep.
She's like just about to punch that when Sheldon, it just drops.
Yep. Then Minerva, of course, is chasing down Maria and all the people on board their ship.
Yep.
They're going through like canyons and stuff.
Yep.
But Maria is
outmaneuvers
a very good pilot. So outmaneuvers her, takes her down.
Yep.
So Minerva's gone.
Dead. She ascended into eternal lore.
Sure. Yon-Rogg shoots the ship though, because he comes out of nowhere. Shoots the ship, but they're fine.
Yeah.
Carol comes up, takes him down instead.
Yep, and then
so he crashes.
The accusers show up. They start launching missiles at Earth.
Ballistic warheads.
And
so Carol sees them coming. She goes up there, flies up, turns one of them around, pushes it to the others.
Yep.
Destroys all of them.
They're like, that's impossible. They don't have defenses that can handle these. And they have one defense. It's Carol Danvers.
Yeah, so she flies up there. They start sending other things out to her to take her down. Nope.
Doesn't work. No, she just flies through one of the big ships. Yeah.
And they're like, we'll come back later.
Yeah. He's like, let's back up to the other jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
gotta be in another movie, so I gotta go.
Yeah, Rona's like,
for that.
Peace out, I'll see you in Guardians.
I'm gonna go put on some makeup.
Yep. So they're gone.
Yep.
She goes back down where Yon-Rogg is.
Yeah.
Walks over to him.
He's like, I am so proud of you. You're doing so great.
Yeah.
All right, now let's do this without weapons.
Yeah, knock me down as yourself without your powers.
Prove to me you're great. You know, you got this.
And she just knocks it down with the powers.
Blasts the crap out of him. It was so great.
She's like, I don't have anything to prove to you.
Yeah, that was nice. I'm glad. And she just drags.
Yeah, she holds out her hand like she's gonna pull him up.
Yeah.
And he grabs her hand and she just drags him across the desert floor.
She drags him to a ship, puts him in, and is like, hey, deliver this message.
Yep.
Krees suck.
I'm sending you back to
Hello. Yep. And stop being mean.
And let Supreme Intelligence know I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you. And else coming with me.
Yep, exactly. So, he gets sent off into space again.
I liked that, like, the engine didn't want to work because it had been blasted earlier, right? So she just, like, blasts it again to, like, power it up, and it just kind of takes off, like, kind of like a firework. Yeah. I should just, like, run into a tree or something. And just like, well, crap.
Oh, man. So, he's headed off. They've defeated the Kree. And Fury is still in the ship, of course. He's celebrating because they've done everything. He's like, Goose, look, we did it. Oh, let me just cuddle with you and everything. Goose is like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Scratches his eye.
Yeah. He trusted Goose.
He trusted him.
He was his friend. So,
yeah.
That's how he loses his eye.
Yep.
Because of Goose.
Because they're like, that scratch isn't looking so good. He's like, no, it's fine. He's like, go see a doctor, sir. They're all back at Maria's house, even Talos and his family. They're
like, we're going to find you a home. We'll do it, we swear. You won't have to secretly invade us later.
Exactly. We're going to find a home for you. I promise. And then Carol and Fury are doing the dishes together. And they're talking about Marvel. And he calls her Marvel. And she's like, no, it's Marvel. And he's like, no, Marvel. It's, it sounds better. It's like Marvelettes, Wait a minute, Mr. Postman. But they were talking about how, she's going to have to go off and how will I get in touch with you, basically, if something happens. So, she puts like a communicator in his beeper because he's been walking around with his beeper.
Yeah, so he can signal her.
Yep. So
if he needs her.
There we go. For emergencies only, she says. So apparently everything else before Infinity Game. Oh, Infinity Game.
Oh, we haven't even gotten to that one.
I just put Infinity War and Endgame together. Yep. What is wrong with me? Everything before Infinity War.
Yes.
That was not an emergency.
They could handle that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why she didn't show up before.
There you go.
So for emergencies only.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep.
For emergencies only.
Okay. And she's gonna go off.
And help them find a planet.
Mm-hmm. Did they go with her?
Yeah, they both
when did they come back?
Away. When did they come back?
Yeah.
I don't know. Could happen. It's like a 20-year span. They could have come back.
It's like, Because for some reason I was thinking they just stayed up there.
Just sat in orbit.
Yeah, but I guess not.
I don't think they would force them to just sit in orbit waiting. That'd be pretty mean.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
You have pinball, chill. God, what else do you need? A small satellite.
I'm just wondering when they came back because it doesn't say.
It doesn't.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, this is another thing. Could have used more scroll background.
Yeah,
before Secret Invasion.
Because it's in Secret Invasion, it seems like they've been
there. They were all there. There's
they've
a million
been there
of them.
Forever.
Yeah,
you know?
There's a million of them on the planet at that point.
Because even in Secret Invasion, it even shows because this happens in 1995. It even shows in 1998. It shows them there's a bunch of Skrulls there because that's when they're okay, we're gonna walk around in human form and all this stuff, and it's
they might have sent them back. Who knows?
I guess so. It's weird.
Yep.
Anyway, then we have Fury. He's at his desk.
Yep.
Goose is there, has a little bed next to his desk.
Yeah. He's typing up the
Protector
Initiative. Yeah.
And Coulson comes in.
He's got some eyes for him.
He's here, pick one of these eyes because you need to replace yours because it's
you look like a freak.
You freak.
Which he actually looks cooler without it. I like his little cloudy eye.
Oh. It is kind of cool, yeah. So he's we need to find more heroes. And then he is looking at the picture of Carol in front of her
little
fighter jet.
Yep.
And it says, Carol Avenger Danvers.
I will say I did not like that.
I didn't either.
It was so plugged in. Okay.
And so now that he's seen that, he's we're going to change this. It's not Protector Initiative anymore. It's the Avengers Initiative.
Yep.
It's
that's cool.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we go to credits.
Yeah. Anyway.
First after credits scene. We're at the Avengers compound, I guess. They're
looking at all of the missing people globally is just going up. The total's going up all the time.
In the millions is this.
They've got the beeper. I guess they just found where Fury had...
They're very good at finding things.
Yeah.
In very random locations.
Yep. So they found the beeper that Fury had sent off the message. And
so they had it hooked up.
They're it's sending a signal, but we don't know who it's sending to.
And then it just stops going.
So who's on the other end? Who's it sending the signal to?
Yeah.
And then Black Widow turns around and she's right there. Yep. She's where's Fury?
And that's good. That's it. Then we get the ending credit scene.
Well, also, and it says Captain Marvel will return in
Avengers Endgame. Yeah.
So then we have our post-credit scene.
Yep.
It's Goose. Goose
jumping on McFlurries.
Could use a McFlurry. Jumps up on Fury's desk.
Yeah. Stands
there for a second and then starts vomiting.
Starts throwing up like cats do.
Vomits up the Tesseract.
Yeah.
I'm that's probably the most realistic thing I've seen.
Yeah.
In any of these Marvel movies, honestly.
Probably so.
So, that's how the Tesseract gets back.
There you go. We were just happy they didn't throw up a Creed person that they swallowed earlier.
A Creed person? With the arms wide open.
Oh, man, if they'd have thrown up Scott Stapp. Great. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah.
I'm still very pumped for Endgame. I'm looking forward to watching it again.
It'll be next week. We're up to it. I do love it.
So, yep, looking forward to that. Anything else we need to say about the movie before we move on?
I don't know, but it's making me more excited also for the Marvels.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be great. I hope so, at least.
I hope so, too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about it. Because, I like Captain Marvel.
I like Miss Marvel. Yeah. I like Goose.
Yeah. Don't really know that much about Photon.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I mean, what we saw of her in WandaVision, I liked her.
Yeah.
So, I'm really hoping, I said while we were watching it, that I'm really hoping that she calls, when Carol and Monica meet up again, that she calls her Lieutenant Trouble.
Yep, I hope so, too. It's going to be real cute,
because if they don't... I'm going to be, because it's like I'm
furious.
I'm going to be so mad because, I've just been waiting for that for years.
Yeah, even though we just realized it.
It's like, yeah, I've been waiting for it for months, but sure.
But yeah.
It would be a nice little callback.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's get to our snack then.
Okay.
Last week we had Mountain Dew Baja Passion Fruit Punch.
I think was it.
So we were talking about this, and we found it. It's Mountain Dew Baja Caribbean Splash.
Yeah, because we liked the passion fruit one, and we knew that there was that other one out there. Mm-hmm. I happened to see it this week. I was like, I'm grabbing it. We're doing this.
Yep.
So I'm excited about it. This one is a guava flavored, where the other one was passion fruit, obviously.
It's natural and artificial guava. So both kinds of guava.
Even better.
Yeah.
So I've heard that this one is really good.
Yeah.
It was very highly rated.
Yeah.
Even higher than the passion fruit one. And people did like the passion fruit one, from what I could tell. So
they should have. It was very good.
Mm-hmm. So imagine if this one was better than the passion fruit.
I think I like guava. I don't ever remember.
Yeah.
I feel like they all like guava and mango and all that kind of get
they all
mixed together in my mind.
Similar, it's all tropical fruits. Yeah. But there's juice, there's pog juice, which is where pogs came from, which is like passion fruit, orange, and guava, I think.
Right.
And it's really good. So, but I don't know if it's because of the passion fruit or because of the guava.
Or the orange.
Probably not the orange, because, whatever. It's just orange juice.
I love orange juice.
Yeah, I like orange juice.
So good.
So, we'll see.
Yep. All right. It smells good again. Mountain Dew always smells good.
It smells pretty similar to the passion fruit one,
It does, yeah.
Tastes kind of similar to it, too.
It does. It's a little milder.
It's good.
But it is very similar. Yeah, it is good.
I kind of wish that they had, which they may, at Taco Bell. I wish that they had Baja Blasts, the frozen ones with these.
Oh, with these? The Caribbean Splash and everything?
This one and the passion fruit one?
Yeah,
that'd be good.
This is good. The aftertaste reminds me of like an Otter Pop for some reason. Like a red Otter Pop, maybe. I don't know if I like it as much as the passion fruit, though.
I think I like it the same.
Yeah?
Or pretty similar.
It's really good. But yeah, I think I want more of a guava flavor, maybe. I don't know.
It's pretty good, though. I do like it.
What are you going to give it?
I wish I could remember what I gave the one last year.
Last year? Sorry, we're recording these a year apart. We had a big break. That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. No, last...
That's why I said present day 1995.
Oh, gosh. Last week is what I meant to say. I can't remember what I gave it, though. I would give it the same.
I gave it like an 8, maybe 8.5. Maybe you gave it a 7 or something.
I thought you gave it an 8.5 and I gave it an 8. But I'm not sure.
That maybe.
Because I was thinking 8 for this one, too.
Okay.
I may have given the other one something different, but whatever. I'm saying an 8 for this. And if if I gave the other one anything else, then just pretend that I gave it an 8.
The same. Well, imagine I gave the last one 8.5 and I'll give this one an 8. Because it's still very good. I'd be happy to drink many of these in a row in a 1 hour span. So...
I'm sure there's so much sugar in this, though.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot.
It is a Mountain Dew.
Yeah, this isn't like Diet Mountain Dew. This is straight up sugar in my veins.
I think that they came out with like a 0 sugar Baja Blast one.
Did they?
Maybe.
I bet so. All right. Well, how do they rank in your mind, the Baja flavors?
If you've tried them.
Where do you put Baja Blast in relation to these?
Do you know the history of Pog?
So where would you rate Baja Blast in relation to these?
Yep.
Yep, I'm asking you.
Oh, man, I thought you were asking.
I'm literally asking you.
You can't just start throwing out questions to the audience and then send one to me.
Yeah. So, Krista, where would you rate Baja Blast in comparison to these?
I don't think I've ever had like just a Baja Blast by itself.
Really?
The only time I've had it was when we went to
And you bought a Baja Blast from the next door Taco Bell.
I think the only time I've had it was crying.
That's 15 minutes just trying to end the show.
I think the only time I've had it is when we went to Taco Bell and I got the frozen version. So,
right. Well, maybe we'll have to try Baja Blast next week.
Maybe.
I've seen them around, so maybe we will. That'll be a good end game in our Mountain Dew testing.
Sure.
So, which one's your favorite? Let us know on X. At Having Fun Cast, or on Facebook at Having Fun Pod.
Or you can send an email to us at havingfunpod@gmail.com.
Go have fun, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.